Welcome everybody to the Under-16B All-Ireland Schools League final between St Mary's Midleton and Tullamore College. I'm Conor Meany. I'm joined in commentary by Cork's finest and Cubs Super League head coach Danny O'Mahony. Danny, you're very welcome.
Thanks very much, Conor. It's good to be up here as opposed to down courtside. It's a bit of a better view.
There's some questionable songs played during the last game, so Danny has been sent up to the crow's nest. This is St Mary's and Midleton in the navy and red and Tullamore College in blue. This is, of course, St Mary's second game this week. They already lost the Under-19 final as Tullamore get off to a fantastic start with 2 points through Ellie Glavin. A number of the players played in both the Under-16 and Under-19 game. One to watch out for is number 6, Lisa Osagai, a guy who had 14 points in that Under-19 final. Ella Tarrant, who's one of the co-captains today for St Mary's, also scored with 2 points in that Under-19 game. But it's early days here. Tullamore looking aggressive early on. A three-pointer here from Maeve O'Brien doesn't fall. But a good offensive rebound by Emma Glavin, and the Glavins look like they're going to be players to look out for here today, Danny.
Yeah, exactly. So early on we can see that obviously Tullamore look really aggressive. They get an early score on the board, and even defensively, you know, they're not giving Midleton any I suppose easy opportunities at the basket.
Yeah, good defense there. Midleton struggled a little bit in the Under-19 final early on, and then they really got into the game as it progressed. So they'll be hoping that they get a better start here.
Yeah, and I was actually talking to the coach there, Tricia Bamber, just before the game. They were a bit disappointed to lose that Under-19 game, and obviously a lot of the girls here are playing with Midleton below obviously in the Cork County Board, the basketball league below. So they're kind of familiar. So it does really help when, I suppose, the club players go on training twice a week, and then you got your school trainings on top of that. The girls are a lot more familiar with this team, so she's hoping for a better result in this game.
Well, and a bright start there. Good rebound by Mia Tarrant. Tarrant puts the ball on the floor, looked to draw a lot of contact, but nothing called. This is Lisa Osagai for two, no good. An excellent rebound inside there by Jean Carson. Emma Glavin pushed it ahead, no good. Looked like a clean block from up here, but it's a foul, and it'll be 2 free throws coming for Mia O'Mahony for Tullamore. Of course, Tullamore, this isn't the same school, but Tullamore, home of Ireland's possibly the greatest Irish player that's ever been developed here, Susan Moran, who has just been inducted into the Basketball Ireland Hall of Fame. She's already a member of the Atlantic 10 Hall of Fame, I think, for St. Joseph's. Good offensive rebounding there, and it's a foul on Jean Carson. So the ball's inbounded to Lisa Osagai. She is no good with that, but excellent work there by Shannon Deedy. Good defense, but Deedy comes up with the offensive rebound again. Back to Osagai, and she hits it inside. So a bright start there for Lisa Osagai. As we mentioned, she had 14 points. Some unconventional shots at times from her. She gets into the lane and a lot of floaters like she scored in the Under-19 final. Danny, she's definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, as you can see, she is. Even every time she gets the ball on offense, she's squaring up and she's looking to attack the basket. You know, she's not a kind of a pass first type of player. She's looking to score, and I think that's what the coach will want from her. One thing you mentioned obviously about her shot type, I suppose she gives herself every opportunity to go in. She puts plenty of height on the ball as she goes in, as she scoops this one up, but just unfortunately can't come off the glass.
Yeah, but if she's consistently able to get in the lane like she did there, she'll be able to create opportunities both for herself and her teammates. And Deedy there again with good work to give her team an extra possession. So the ball will come in through Mia Tarrant. She looks for Osagai, who swings the ball up to Ella Tarrant. Back out to Osagai for two, just short. Nice rebound there by Ellie Glavin. She pushed it ahead to Emma. back out to Ellie. Long range 3. Just doesn't fall, and Didi chooses to leave it go out of play. So 4:45 to go in the first quarter. 2 points apiece here in the final game of the day. We've had some fantastic finals both today and on Tuesday. Didi no good from the outside. Good rebound there by Sinat Aziz.
Yeah, you can see there's some really good open basketball and open shots going up at the basket. Just unfortunately both teams not able to kind of put the ball in the basket. So it'll be interesting to see if you can kind of find a rhythm now as the game develops on.
Yeah, nice cut inside by Asagai and a lovely finish. Nice left-hand finish. Looked like she got caught underneath the basket, but she was able to finish. So that makes it 4 points to 2. Apologies. We'll update the scoreboard now. Long range 3 from the corner. No good. Glavin with the offensive rebound. And a lovely finish inside there by Emma Glavin. Opens her account. Actually, I think that's her second basket of the game.
Yeah, correct. So we actually only have 2 scorers in this game on St. Mary's, and obviously you have Lisa Osagai. Until that one was the only scorer of the game for them.
Yeah, Mia Tarrant opens her account.
And as you look down there, you can see the Midleton coach is just urging the girls that they have to box out. Tullamore seem to be getting a lot of second opportunities. Not in that case, as the 3-point went straight in.
Yeah, no offensive rebounds needed there. Is a fantastic outside shot by Mia O'Mahony. Maya O'Mahony even. And is there a response straight away? No. But Lisa Osagai tracks down the rebound. Nice pass, and a foul is drawn there by Mia Tarrant. So Karen Brady and Anya Brady on the sideline here for Tullamore are going to be imploring their players to try and box out, limit these offensive rebounds, because between Shannon Didi and Lisa Osagai in particular, there's been a lot of second chance opportunities generated. The first free throw is good and ties up the game here by Mia. And the second one is good as well.
So Connor, just on that, obviously the second chances, as you probably noticed with this being, you know, in the 16B basketball, they don't shoot a super high percentage as opposed to, like, I suppose, women's and men's Super League. So at times they do shoot kind of, you know, maybe in the 30s, even 40s regard percentage from the field. So it's really important to get after that offensive rebound, because sometimes it does come down to the team that takes the most chances, the team that takes the most shots, give themselves the most opportunity to win the game.
Certainly, and we saw that in one of the games earlier on, that is just turnovers were so costly because it just means that you're not getting the same amount of opportunities at the basket. Good rebound there by Tarrant. Before I continue for the rest of the game, Danny, MIA in Cork is pronounced.
Yeah, we'll go with Mia. I've been out of Cork now for a long time, but it was Mia 8 years ago. Let's hope it's still the same.
Okay, we'll go for it. And we have a timeout here on the floor as St. Mary's lead 8-7 with 2:16 to go in this first quarter. So welcome back after that timeout. It is 8-7. St. Mary's of Midleton leading Tullamore College. Osagai just can't hold on to the ball. Tarrant reverses it back up to her. One dribble, pull up, no good. Rebound there by Ellie Glavin. She finds Maeve O'Brien. Back to Glavin, who drives strong to the basket, draws the foul, and she'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. First one doesn't fall. Just that foul was on number 5, Emma O'Sullivan, which will be her 2nd foul of the game. So some early, not quite foul trouble yet, but offensive rebound from the free throws.
And that's exactly what I suppose Coach Trisha Bamber won't want to see. Had a timeout, definitely mentioned about the boxing out, because we can see her symbolising that through the timeout. And in the first possession down, Tullamore get an offensive rebound from the free throw. And just like that, which was a 1-basket game, Tullamore now have pushed this one out to 11 points to 8.
Yeah, Captain Maeve O'Brien there with a nice basket. The scoreboard in the arena still, no, it's just been updated now, so it is 11 to 8. And there's an excellent response from Midleton through Aaliyah Tarrant, who is the co-captain. Good defense there by Didi. Up to Glavin at the top. Maeve O'Brien puts it on the floor, but an offensive foul is called on number 6, Mia O'Mahony. So there's one on both teams, just to make it more difficult for us. We'll say Mia and Tullamore, we'll say Mia. Elliot Tarrant finds Shannon Didi. Didi drives baseline back to Tarrant. Out to Maya Tarrant, long range 3, no good, just short. She knew from the moment it left her hand that it was going to be short, chased it, but it unfortunately went out of bounds. And we have a timeout on the floor with 35 seconds to go in this first quarter. So welcome back. Tullamore leading 11 points to 10, 35 seconds to go. We'll see if there's any adjustments coming out of that timeout, as we probably only have 1, maybe 2 plays left in this quarter.
Yeah, so you can see the Tullamore coach is there. Cam Brady called that timeout, so she definitely would have instructed her team to maybe get something off seeking to close out this one.
Elliot Tarrant with the steal. But it's good work there by the Glavins. Emma with the steal and finds Ellie underneath the basket. They have a distinctive look about them, the way even they play, very like the Maguires up in Belfast. Second free throw coming up here for Ellie. She's not able to knock it down.
And again, those offensive rebounds, as we spoke with earlier, you know, there was 30-something seconds on the clock there, time out in the 24-second shot clock game, and Tullamore are probably going to keep the ball for this full 35 seconds.
Yeah, Jean Carson doing some wonderful work there. She frees up her teammate for the long 3, no good. Shannon Deedy with the rebound, and that's the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one, Tullamore College leads St. Mary's of Midleton 11 points to 10. We'll be back in just a moment. So we've started this second quarter. Nice pass inside to Didi by Lisa Asagai. The perfect start for Trisha Bamber's team as they regain the lead 12-11. Nice move inside, nice footwork, and a lovely finish there from Ellie Glavin as she gives back the lead to Tullamore 13-12.
I think you can see early signs in this game that it definitely is going to be a type of up and down game. Both teams to be kind of evenly matched in terms of the ability and getting after the offensive rebound, so it'd be interesting to see who can capitalise on these.
Yeah, Maeve O'Brien being able to finish nicely on that fast break, and it's a 3-point lead now for Tullamore College. But a straightaway response for Lily Hayes-Nally as she comes in off the bench and scores a lovely shot straight away. So 15-14, a lot of scores here early in this second quarter.
Just one thing to mention there, obviously, Conor, we mentioned Lisa Ostergaard there, the impact she would have, obviously scoring 14 points under 19. So far this quarter there, you know, she's been involved in the two scores. You know, she's driving to the basket, drawing the defence, and then able to find her teammates just for that easy shot. So even though she's not doing the scoring in this quarter, she's really having a major impact still on offensive.
That one doesn't fall for Ellie Glavin. An offensive foul called against St. Mary's of Midleton. Unfortunate there for Aaliyah Tarrant, who drove into the defender, and the defender wasn't moving anywhere but drew the charge. Nice backdoor pass, and that connection between the Glavins there as Emma finds Ellie inside for another two. You can clearly see, Danny, that they have a great connection beyond what most players would be able to have.
Yeah, they're definitely really looking for each other there. Obviously on that last one there, it was Emma, or sorry, beg your pardon, it was Ellie with the ball in her hands, was looking for her sister. She cut back door, knew exactly where to throw it, and then she rewarded a good pass by just putting the ball in the basket. Nice simple layup. That pushes Tullamore out to a 17-14 lead here now.
This time Emma on the ball, switches across to Maeve O'Brien, back up to Ellie. She goes at Lisa Osagai, and a foul is called, which will be the second foul on Lisa. Long range two. Shannon Deedy got the ball, but it was ruled as a jump ball. Jean Carson also had her hand to it. Nice inbound play there. And yet again, Maeve O'Brien showing up and hitting the big shot. Good rebound by Didi, and she draws the foul. So it'll be Midleton's ball. Lisa Osagai with the long range 2, tough shot. Didi with the rebound, and she draws the foul, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2 free throws. We have a sub coming in here with Hannah Dooley checking into the game for Jean Carson, who's just picked up her second foul. So Shannon Didi with 2 free throws coming up. First one just off to the right. So early on here in this second quarter. Great rebound there by O'Brien, and the Glavins are out on the break. Emma to Ellie, and that's a lovely basket.
So that's not the first time we've seen that connection there, the Emma to Ellie or vice versa, Ellie to Emma. So it's really good looking for each other on the break, and as you know, Conor, when 2 players run against 1 defender, it really gives you a good opportunity to score, creating that 2-on-1 chance.
Yeah, it was a well-executed fast break, and out of nowhere, Tullamore have opened up a sizable lead here, and it's now up to 9 points. Almost a steal there by Emma Glavin. But ultimately, Maeve O'Brien gets the ball over to Ellie, back over to Emma. Just no good, but is the offensive rebound there. Tarrant has her hands on the ball.
Yeah, you can really see the full court pressure put on by Tullamore is causing the problem to St. Mary's. So I think with that, we're going to have a timeout here to St. Mary's. 4:41 remaining in the second.
So welcome back after that timeout. We'll see if Midleton can get something to settle them back down here. Lisa Osagai can't get it, but gets the ball back underneath the basket. Great offensive rebound and scores over her head unconventionally, but that's exactly what her team needed. Maeve O'Brien steps through, draws a foul. Looks like a 3-point play, and it is. So quickly it's becoming that trio of the Glavins and O'Brien who are really starting to cause St. Mary's difficulties here as she heads to the line. Maeve does for a potential 3-point play. Doesn't go, but an offensive rebound, and it ends up in the hands of Emma Glavin, and that's as easy a basket as she's going to get all game. So it's 27-16, just under 4 minutes to go in this, the second quarter of the Under-16B Girls All-Ireland Schools League Final.
Yeah, I think one thing to notice there about Tullamore, they definitely do seem to have, I suppose, the more scoring power with the, as you mentioned, obviously O'Brien and the Glavin sisters there, all contributing. Where on the other end, the offensive threat from Midleton does seem to be coming from, I suppose, Lisa Osagai. She's really, and obviously we've Shannon Didi here as well. But Tullamore at the moment putting up 27 points with still plenty of time here to go in the second half, or second quarter, beg your pardon.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, and they're getting out on the fast break, and it's one thing getting out on it, but it's also executing well on the 2-on-1 opportunities, and they've given themselves some easy layups. Neither shot goes, but Lisa tracks down the rebound, finds Didi, and Didi will head straight back to the free throw line. So good work by Lisa there to track down the rebound and set up her teammate for another opportunity. So for Coach Trisha Bamber, she'll be hoping that they can knock down some of these free throws. It's kind of when things aren't going your way, it's these sort of plays that they need to be able to knock down just to keep the scoreboard ticking over, Danny, keep them as close as possible, so that by the time they start kind of getting running again, that they're able to be within touching distance rather than kind of facing a big hole.
Yeah, I'd say ultimately, if you were to look at the last 13-14 minutes of basketball, the only difference really is that couple of breaks that Tullamore got, couple of scores they got out in transition. They had more numbers going forward than Midleton had coming back, and that's the difference between the game. Both teams still, not shooting at a really high percentage in the set offense. So what Marys will need to do now is to try and get some stops and see can they actually get some easy baskets.
We'll see if anything comes from this inbound play. It's up to Ellie Glavin, over to Maeve. No good, but Glavin with the offensive rebound and a left-hand finish. She doesn't look like the most physically strong player, Danny, but really got into a good position there. Strong rebound and was able to finish with her left hand over the bigger defenders.
Yeah, she did. She did a really good job there getting after the ball, and then she knew exactly where the basket was. She didn't even have to draw any much contact. She just uses her free hand, if you want to call it that, just to shoot up over Lisa and put the ball in the basket.
Nice steal, and this could be a big play here. Lisa. And ultimately, there's kind of the difference in a nutshell, Danny. A steal by Midleton, and they go to push it down, but they weren't able to kind of get ahead of the play, get an easy layup, and that's the one thing that Tullamore have been able to do in transition.
Yeah, like we speak a lot about transition defense. Tullamore done a really, really good job there. They got back, obviously they got someone in front of Lisa. They stopped the break. So you say they stopped the open layup, and then the only thing Lisa had to do was to throw a pass out to Mia Tarrant, who eventually got herself to the free throw line, but she's got to work now to get the 2 points on the board.
And she does that exact thing. She knocks down 2 free throws. So the score is now 29 points to 18, 2:42 to go in the first half. The crowd getting into it again. But that's a lovely move and a lovely finish there by Maeve O'Brien. Maeve O'Brien's been very impressive in this first half, Danny. She's had a 3. She's been able to drive to the basket. She's done a bit of everything so far. She has her head up here as well as she pushed it down in transition. Nice extra pass. Ellie Glavin can't finish. Nice steal almost there. And great hustle by Lily Hayes-Nally. Just doesn't pay off her. But Ellie Glavin has just missed that 3-pointer there. Looked from our vantage point just a little flat. She needs to probably get a little bit more arc on the shot.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously Maeve O'Brien there. You can see when we called out the teams earlier, being the captain at Tullamore, like she won't be the first player and definitely won't be the last player we see. We've seen it already today where the captain has really stepped up for their team to get the job over the line. In the last game there, obviously you'd say Lewis and Carrick Macross, their captain really stepped up down the stretch to get a couple of points on the board.
We've got another timeout here, so we'll be back in just a moment. So welcome back. 31-19 so far. Tullamore College leading. St. Mary's Midleton crowd getting into it. Nice backdoor cut, just doesn't work, and Maeve O'Brien comes up with the ball. She keeps her head up well, pushing it in transition all the way to the basket, and she draws the foul, and she'll head to the free throw line. She's been very impressive so far. Of course, had the three-pointer, also had a drive to the basket that led to a potential three-point play that she just didn't knock down the free throw on. But she heads back to the free throw line here. First one is good. Nice form to her shot. 32-19.
Yeah, I think that's just the difference in the transition basketball there. Tullamore there, even though St. Mary's did a really good job of getting back, Maeve O'Brien made sure she really attacked the basket and came up and getting to the line for free throws. On the other end then, we've got a turnover here, so it's Leah Hayes-Nally who's going to get called for shuffling her feet, so it's going to be a travelling violation.
Yep, so Ellie Glavin has the ball, finds her sister, reverses it across to O'Brien. It's been those three that have been central to a lot of the good work. Here's a three-pointer from O'Brien, no good. But an offensive rebound for Mia O'Mahony. Glavin puts the ball on the floor. No real space to go there, though. She went down a lane that there was no real room and ends up with the turnover. Tarrant finds Debbie. And a long-range two is good for Debbie. So she's certainly keeping her team within touching distance. 47 seconds to go in this first quarter. Maeve out to Emma O'Brien, finds Mia O'Mahony, and it looks like a steal for Tarrant, who pushes the ball.
It'll be these type of ones now that they'll need to try to get their baskets on,
Yeah.
And they did a really good job there by Tullamore getting back.
Yeah, good job by Tullamore, but there she is again with another lovely score from Lisa Osagay.
Coach Bamber will be really happy just how her team are finishing off this half. So you look there a while ago, we were close to 11-13 points in it after that last time out. But definitely within the last minute there, St. Mary's looked to be a bit stronger. They just maybe need to tighten up here on defense, as referee there calls stepping over the line. So we've got 8.7 seconds remaining here in the half. St. Mary's have one last shot to turn this from a 9-point game to something less.
Tarrant puts the ball on the floor. She's going to find Maya Tarrant for three, and a huge three to end the first half. Fantastic stuff from St. Mary's of Midleton. Reduced the deficit to just 6 points as Tullamore College lead 32-26 at halftime. We'll be back after the break. So welcome back to the second half. Tarrant with the block to start the second half here, but a steal. O'Brien finds Glavin underneath, and there's another breakaway layup. So just as Midleton have been putting pressure, reduced the deficit to 6, it's now back out to 8 straight away to start this second half.
And 8 is kind of a funny number when it comes to scoring in this type of game when it's a low scoring game. Midleton will kind of hopefully have to get the next couple of scores, keep himself in the game, because if it was to go the other way and it was to push out to 14 or 16 points, within it being 8 minutes a quarter, sometimes the clock can just run out.
Yeah, certainly. So ball goes inside, and that's a lovely finish and a great start to the second half. Gene Carson stepping up, hitting the shot inside. There's been a couple of different people step up for Tullamore so far. Danny, Gene Carson with a couple of baskets, O'Brien with a couple of baskets, both the Glavins. Nice move there by Tarrant. Just can't finish, and Leo Mahoney controls the ball, but a steal and a lovely finish there by Elliot Tarrant, playing the co-captain's role. So the score is back 36 to 8. Bodies hit the floor in the key. Unfortunately, it looks like Maeve O'Brien is holding her elbow. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. She's been really doing well so far, so you don't want to see her have to come off. There's a bit of concern there from the people around her, and Maura, the resident physio, is out on the court doing a Trojan job as always. The minute Maura stepped on the court, she got up straight away. Shows just how wonderful Maura is. Hopefully it's just a bang on the elbow. Yeah, she's able to extend it out, so hopefully she just came down a little bit hard, and Maeve O'Brien will be back out on the floor. She's been performing wonderfully today so far, so hopefully she'll be back soon.
Yeah, you can see there the coaches are down with Maeve at the moment, just trying to see actually the seriousness of the injury. I'm sure both coaches will be looking to see how quick they can get Maeve back in, and she's down below us there at the moment. She's just demonstrating her follow through, and it looks to be okay, so as she makes her way back to the bench.
Ellie pushes the ball. Unfortunately, just went a little too deep. Hit the ball off the underside of the backboard. But she turns around straight away, and the Glavins... It's almost just the twin sisters doing a press by themselves at times, Danny, and they've been able to force turnovers.
Yeah, they're really definitely good at pressuring that basketball and chase it down. You know, they're quite tedious, and you know they don't give up until they have the ball. And definitely, you know, in the first quarter we didn't see a press from Tullamore, and both teams were kind of even. But I do think that has been the difference. As Emma gets to the basket there for a nice easy two, the difference definitely has been just the pressure put on Tullamore. You know, St. Mary's are finding it difficult to break that pressure, and when they do, you know, they're still not scoring the basketball at a high enough percentage.
We got 2 shots coming here, but as Emma picks up her second foul. But as you said earlier on, Danny, it's often who shoots the most, as we see Maeve come back into the game, which is good that she's okay, but it's often the team who shoots more, and that's either by controlling offensive rebounds or limiting the amount of turnovers you have. They're the big factors that can really change these games, and Tullamore have done a good job of forcing turnovers. Tarrant knocks down the first. So it's a 9-point game. She goes for the second. Doesn't get it, but Didi picks up the rebound to give her team a second chance, and Lisa went for 3, just short. So 5:31 to go in the third quarter here. The Tullamore crowd urging their team on. Excellent support from both schools.
Brian just drives inside there. This one doesn't go.
Long range shot, just short. Didi with the rebound, but a block inside by Gene Carson, who's really played a big role in this game so far. A lot of below the radar plays as Tarrant pulls up, no good. And it's going to be Tullamore ball. They still lead by 9 points. It almost feels as if they're a little bit further ahead than 9 points, but Midleton are still in touching distance here. They just need to get a couple of stops and scores to stay in it here. A step back three. It's a tough shot.
Yeah, what you're noticing here about St. Mary's and Midleton is they're getting the stops, but they're just going up and down with them. They don't seem to be scoring the basketball, so this deficit is staying where it is. Whereas on the other end, if Mary's do happen to actually get a score, it seems to be the way Tullamore comes straight back down and get one to keep the score at this kind of, I suppose, magic number 9, where it's kind of been hovering around for a while.
Yeah, good defense there by St. Mary's, so they regain possession. They really just need to get a score or two here. It's a tough shot, but offensive rebound controlled by Lisa. But they got it back to that magical kind of 6. Here's a long range 3. Can they get it back to 6 again? No. Maeve O'Brien gets the ball, head up. She just missed her teammate there, but finds Ellie Glavin, who drives to the basket. Lovely take to the basket, and she's earned herself a trip to the free throw line, where she'll shoot 2. And we have a timeout here on the floor, so we'll be back in just a moment. First free throw doesn't fall for Glavin. Now there's a second, but offensive rebound, and that's a killer, Danny, for St. Mary's. They have 2 free throws. You're coming out of a timeout, and for the second time today, out of a timeout with free throws, they give up an offensive rebound, and for a second time it leads to a score.
Yeah, Ellie Glavin, unfortunately, after the timeout came in, maybe wasn't ready, he wasn't set, missed the 2 free throws. They did a really good job. Mia O'Mahony getting the offensive rebound, kicking it back out to Emma Glavin, who, a long range shot. And now, we've been talking about that lead kind of being at the 8 or 9. Now we're looking at 41 plays 29. And again, she goes back-to-back scores there, number 10.
Yeah, nice shot there by Emma. And a steal by Maeve. And she just can't finish on the break.
Lisa Osterguy there this time kind of, play the full forwards role in that possession.
Yeah, she did really well. Got the ball well. She's very comfortable performing here on the National Basketball Arena stage. Maeve O'Brien stepped through. And a lovely score there. So a couple of quick scores in succession. 45-31. We've had a lot of low-scoring games this week. But Tullamore are looking comfortable here. Lisa can't finish that one. Gets her own rebound. And she knocks down another shot. Wonderful work there by Lisa Osagai. Emma Glavin back up to Maeve. Unfortunately, a turnover. So a 12-point game, 2:06 to go here in the third quarter. Tarrant out to Lisa Osagai. A long-range three, and she banks it in. So, Danny, Lisa Osagai doing a great job. We have a timeout here on the floor as a big three-pointer reduces the deficit to just 9 points. So we're back here as Emma Glavin gets a nice pass from O'Brien, and we'll head to the free throw line.
So just when we thought there this game, was going to go in favour of Tullamore, and St. Mary's were maybe kind of going to be out of it. Lisa Osagai with 7 unanswered points there for her team. Brought it back down to that 9-point game, but this is the part now where St. Mary's are struggling to get this any closer than that.
An unusual technique there from Emma. As long range 2 doesn't fall. Good rebound by St. Mary's through Orla Evans. Didi with the ball out top. Puts it on the floor. There's nowhere to go, but they find Lisa. It goes through the Basketball Ireland signs.
She's everywhere, that girl.
Yeah. Nice pass there. Lovely pass there by Maeve O'Brien. Finds Ellie Glavin, who finishes and draws the foul. So just as there's life coming back into the St. Mary's challenge, there's Tullamore now looking to extend it again. It was a 3-point play, so there's only one shot. I don't know what. Yeah, it's okay. So it's a 12-point game.
I think to what many people in the gym realise that was a one-shot free throw there.
Tarrant drives, no good. Lisa, of course, comes up with the ball. Just no good. Goes out of play. So 52.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tullamore currently leading by 12. Maeve O'Brien for 3. No good. Didi with another rebound. She's done a fantastic job, Shannon Didi, on the rebounds. Tarrant pulls up for 2. No good. And the referee has given the ball back to Tullamore. So 12-point game. 30 seconds to go in this, the third quarter of the final game of the day, and what have been some fantastic All-Ireland Schools League finals. CJ Fulton lighting up the arena again here today. 25 second half points to win the under-19A final for St. Malachy's over the Bish. One of the highlights of the finals so far. But there's still more to happen here as Tarrant pushes the ball down the court. Looks for a pass. Nothing available there, but it's going to remain St. Mary's ball. So at the end of the second quarter, they hit a big three to give themselves a little bit more life. There's 10 seconds to go here. Have they got another score? Look like they might have drawn a foul. Nothing called. The ball's back to Lisa. And it's no good. So at the end of the third quarter, Tullamore leads St. Mary's 48-36. We'll be back in a moment. So welcome back to the fourth quarter. It's a 12-point lead. Lisa Osagai with the ball up to Tarrant.
Mia Tarrant's going to drive inside. Lovely step through. Really nice basket. Back to a 10-point game, 48 plays, 38. Tullamore respond, just as I said that earlier. As soon as St. Mary seemed to get a score, to get a bit of momentum, it's straight back down the other end.
Yeah, nice finish inside there by Jean Carson.
So I think our scorekeeper is asleep in the arena here, because the score should read 50-40. Good job, Mary Flanagan.
Danny, just looking at the top scorers so far in the game, and one of the signs of just how balanced this kind of Tullamore attack is. So you have both the Glavins with 13 points each, and then Maeve O'Brien with 15 points. So as you see, Emma take her total to 15. So really balanced. Three players contributing in around 13 to 15 points each, which is really a coach's dream.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you sometimes go into these games, and if it's a player, like one key player, as we've seen there, you know, some of the games, they can kind of be taken out of it and a bit of a shadow on the defence, and, you know, maybe forcing other players to step up. But St. Mary's definitely have their hands full here on defence, because on any different occasion, any time down the court, Tullamore have so much firepower. They're not reliant on, you know, the one or two players.
On the other end, Lisa Osagai leads all scorers with 19 points so far.
Yeah, she's had a really good week of basketball here in the National Basketball Arena. You know, obviously this one's not over yet. if her team are to come back into this and actually go on to win the under-16 League Cup, they'll need a big last 6 minutes from Lisa here.
And unfortunately there, that it will be the 5th foul for Elliot Tarrant, the co-captain, which will see her head to the bench. So not what they needed there. A key player for them fouling out and heading to the bench. So, and Emma Glavin, it looked like it was going to be 2 free throws, but it's actually going to be a Tullamore end-line ball, a 10-point lead. Another 3 from Emma, no good.
It was a really good out of bounds play there. You know, they ran some motion into the middle, got Emma wide open. But here's Lisa on the other end trying to fire that 3 ball. This one doesn't go. Rebound taken away by Ellie, and just like it was the first minute of the game, Tullamore are right out and running.
That's brilliant footwork there by Ellie as well. Stepped around the defender, lovely finish inside. Takes her total to 15, so all 3 of them now on 15 points each. And we have a timeout here on the floor, so we're back just a second.